Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really plunging into something huge, enterprise AI transformation. We've got some great sources for you, and basically our mission is to unpack this thing called the Decryptogen E.T framework. It's a maturity model, right? Designed to help organizations like yours navigate this pretty complex journey. You're probably doing all the buzz about AI's potential. I mean, numbers like $4.4 trillion in added productivity growth. It's massive. But here's the kicker. A recent study. It found only about 1% of leaders feel their companies are actually mature with AI. Really just 1%. So the big question is, how do you bridge that gap, from the ambition to the actual reality?
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Decryptogen E.T framework tries to address. It gives you a roadmap, essentially. It's structured into three phases, logical ones. Envision, activate, and then transform. The whole idea is to move past the hype, and create a real actionable plan to become, well, truly AI-fueled.
Okay, all right, let's unpack that then. Starting with Envision. So this first phase, it sounds like it's all about strategy, getting aligned, like understanding why you're doing AI in the first place, not just what it can do. And what does success even look like here? Is it just cost cutting or something more?
Exactly. And a really key idea here is thinking about your AI strategy as a kind of dynamic product. It's not some static document you write once and forget. No, think of it more like a hypothesis. You test it, you get feedback, you see how your transformation efforts are performing, and you adjust, constantly evolving.
That makes a lot of sense. It's iterative. And speaking of strategy challenges, this is fascinating, the paradox of fear. Research suggests that the high-achieving organizations, the ones doing well, actually report more fear about AI than lower-achieving ones. So what's going on there? Is being scared somehow?
Yeah. Well, it's an important point, right? It seems counterintuitive, but it actually signals an informed awareness. These more mature companies, they get the deep risks. Things like bias and algorithms, security issues, tricky ethical questions. And because they understand these risks, they invest properly, in strong governance and it being transparent, building trust. Honestly, a total lack of fear might even be a red flag. It could mean they just don't grasp what's really at stake.
Okay, so once you have that clear vision, that informed awareness, you move on. Phase 2. Activate. This is about building the actual engine, right? Constructing the AI factory, the infrastructure for data and tech.
Right. And if you look at the bigger picture, this AI factory, it often evolves. It might start centralized, but then move towards something more like a decentralized data mesh. So instead of one big central data team trying to do everything.
Which can become a bottleneck, I imagine.
Exactly. Instead, you empower domain teams, the people who really know their specific area, to own their data products. They create curated data sets, analytical tools. It breaks down those bottlenecks, allows more agility, and helps everyone build AI safely across the company.
Makes sense. And Activate also covers talent and workforce enablement. So it's not just hiring data scientists, it's about skilling up the people you already have.
Absolutely. And a critical thing for you to think about here is the actual ROI of AI training. It's not just about how many people completed a course, ticking a box. It's about skill application. Are your employees actually using these new AI skills to drive real business results, productivity gains, time saved, fewer errors? That's the real return. That's the impact you want.
Okay. So envision, activate. Finally, we hit the transform stage. This sounds like a really big shift. Reinvention. You mentioned amplified intelligence here, humans and AI working together, enhancing creativity, decision-making, not just automating stuff away.
Precisely. And this raises a really interesting question about measuring success. We have to move beyond just efficiency, right? Amplified intelligence isn't just about saving hours. It's about making people better at their jobs. Think about AI helping a designer generate way more creative options or giving strategists deeper insights for novel ideas. So we need to measure effectiveness, innovation, the quality and impact of decisions, not just the speed.
And that kind of leads directly to the next bit. AI-driven business model invention, moving AI from, say, a cost center perception to an actual profit center.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here is how mature organizations do this. They don't just optimize what they already sell. They actually productize their internal AI tools and capabilities. They take their own algorithms, their unique data insights, and turn them into brand new products or services that generate revenue. It's a whole new business line born from their internal AI work. So at the end of the day, this Decryptogen E.T framework, it gives you a practical way to look at where you are. You can self-assess, plan your strategy, and make sure you've got those foundational bits sorted before trying the really deep transformations.
And here's something for you to mull over as we wrap this up. In this AI-driven world, technology itself gets commoditized pretty fast, doesn't it? So what's the real competitive edge? It might just be trust. Ethical AI, strong AI TISM, that's trust, risk, and security management, it stops being just a compliance thing. It becomes strategic. Building that trust with customers, with your own teams, that could be the key differentiator. Maybe AI's biggest promise isn't just the tech itself, but how it pushes businesses to become genuinely more agile, breaking down silos, creating more fluid ways of working. So think about it. What transformation will AI unlock for your business?